Hi, good morning everybody. I spoke to Andy one day this week and thought, right, he's got over 250 podcasts under his belt, let's give him a week off and give everybody a guide round Warwick Milne in a sanctum. Well, here it is. Start off with this, a latest edition here, which came from Tim's last auction. It is first test match, 1901, Australia versus England at Sydney, and it's a marvellous thing. Just look at that. The crowd, it says, was 38,000. This didn't sell in his April auction, and I bought it at the July one, and probably one of the reasons that it didn't go was the sheer size of the thing. Frame to frame, it's 62 inches long or wide. So before I bought it, I got the tape out, and look at that. It's a perfect fit. I've got about an inch either side. So up it went, and one heck of a job it was to get it. But what a marvellous photograph, and what a marvellous time to be watching this game that we love. Another recent addition here is the Australia and Scotland sides together in 1930, including down here, my hero if you like, Mr. Archie Jackson sat next to Alan Kippax, his guide and his mentor. That's a nice photograph. Couple of items here that have come from our good friend Peter Schofield. First one here showing Archie. This one is from 1929 and it's the Australian Sports and Dramatic News. In this I've also got the little badge that came with it as well, which is a nice thing to have. And here, this one here from a supplement to the Sydney Mail. I think they did them for all the players there, but there we've got Archie, and that's a very nice thing too. So while I'm on board with Archie, I've got a couple of items of his here, so we'll deal with them all in one go. Just give me a second. Up we come. Here we have a nice press photograph with an uncomplicated signature. There are a few types of Archie's signature around. This is the most common one. I'll come on to some of the others in a minute, but while I'm dealing with Archie, we'll carry on with his and get them out of the way. We've got him here coming out to bat in a grip view photograph with a scholarly Bill Woodfull. A different photograph, don't know where it's come from here, with the full script signature, which is very nice. The BDV card, I've got a full set of the BDVs, but I had managed to acquire this one outside of that. Couldn't get rid of that one. Lovely signature on it too, a more detailed signature on that one. Difficult to find that one of Archie, and if you do, I'm afraid it's going to cost you a bob or two. And then a nice little photograph came off eBay. Didn't know where the photograph came from. It's who is it? It's Archie and Bill Ponsford coming out to bat, and we had a little bit of sleuth detective work from Andy Collier there, who determined that it's actually taken at Hove. Right. Got a couple of items here for you Brad maniacs on this wall here. First one, this came with the complete set of the BDV cards and the printer's proofs that I bought. Nicely signed by the Don there, with the twizzle at the bottom. Don't know where the photograph was taken. It's never seen it before, bit of an odd one. The BDV card, plenty of those around, but they're beautifully signed inevitably. We come down here, got a few team photographs for completion of the 1930 team. Second one and the third one there. And something that's just a little bit different. This is normally outside my scope. I don't usually collect anything that's post 1930, but I had to buy this one. It's done by a local artist. I'm not certain that he's still with us. His name is Harold Riley. He's got a nice portfolio of sporting based pencil drawings, and this is one of them. And he's done this one when the Invincibles played Lancashire at Old Trafford in 1948. And just look at this, just very simple with a bit of pencil, and to me he's captured Bradman's movement beautifully down here. He's captured him with his baggy green on, and again here Bradman taking a drink, and I don't know whether it's just by chance or whether it is observational, but he's caught him there with the thinning hair as well. And there's the signature. That's an original, a lovely thing. And here we've got another item which, as much as anything, is a comment on our social history. We've got a young man here who sent a letter off to the Don in 1930 with this copy of the team photograph, and very politely in his best script has written and said, would you please arrange for it to be signed by yourself and all the players, and he specifically refers to the fact that he's come from New South Wales himself, and the Don, who at the time would have been one of the top 3 sportsmen in the whole world, has had the courtesy to reply and send it back to him. And he's explained here that he doesn't have the time to do it, but obviously he's signed it, and he's signed the card for him here on the front, and it's also signed on the back for whatever that's worth. But in a nutshell, that's why I only collect the old stuff, because you don't get that level of courtesy in the modern signatures, and I thought that was a lovely, lovely piece to keep intact. A couple of other items coming along here. These 2 items, Warren Bardsley and the General Charlie McCartney signed press photographs. They didn't really fit in with the way everything's formatted with the Australian players out in the corridor, and neither did this one. I bought this one to replace another Monty Noble that I've got, but it's a bit bigger and it didn't fit, and it disturbed the symmetry of everything that I've got in there, so it's found its way into the inner sanctum. But it's a beautifully signed piece, Monty Noble. And the last piece of the memorabilia stuff, if you like, is this Johnny Walker scorecard from the 1930 series. I've got another couple of those out there in the corridor, but they're quite nice. And then something that's off spectrum, if you like. This is what they call a lino cut. It's done by 2 artists called Linda and Peter Green at the Media Centre. I think it's absolutely lovely, and it's a very short print run. It's 7 out of 25, and even though it doesn't actually fit in here, it's not that peculiar, it doesn't look that oddball, so I'm pleased to have that one. Nice item. So there we are, the inner sanctum. Not much space left. I've known how to fill it in due course, and that's the pleasure of the things that you can do when you're an old man. I hope you've enjoyed that.